I'm an earthworm woman. In the mornings, I fill my tanks by breathing the energy of the sea and tasting the power of the sun penetrating my skin. There's an air of no care, which comes with age, and I hold my head up proudly, liking who I've become. I'm not afraid of smells, or dirt, or to walk barefoot across the stones. Sometimes I wade through the shallow water just to embrace its fluid element, my hair often crazy and loose, being pulled by and flying in the wind. I can be glamorous if I want to, although makeup was never my thing. And I've learnt that life is for living, not fearing, and so I absorb it like a sponge.
Well, good morning. I was trying to get rid of that orange bit. Good morning, Grand Rising, and welcome everyone to this Monday morning. And this is actually my 59th episode. That includes some of the ones I was doing on Thursday, which were the Nanovision. But yeah, it's quite almost 60. Today we're going to talk. Actually, I was just looking at that, watching my video thing there, and I was listening to the words, and I was thinking, every morning now I'm breathing in all the chemicals that they're spraying down on us, and so I always get home and sneeze. God knows what is coming out of the sky. But what we're going to talk, I've got Penny Johnstone coming on today. Morning, Diane. And I just want to say happy birthday to Belinda. She'll be here in a sec, I'm sure, from yesterday. So I've got Penny Johnstone coming on today because I'm sure most of you are in the same sort of vibe, feeling just like it's like people are walking around in a zombie state, and we cannot afford to not speak now. I think I'm going to bring Penny on so we can talk together. Hi there. Yeah, so I said, why don't you come on, because you sent me the thing about the digital ID rally, or the day that's coming up, and I started talking to you, and it's like, well, we have to keep speaking. We have to just keep speaking to everybody. I'm just going to tell the funny story I have about the bank the other day. So I had to go to the bank to deal with my dad's money, who he passed away in May. So I did all the probate, blah, blah, blah. And the bank wanted to see that. They've seen it. He had an account there. Anyway, then they send me another email saying that I have to then open another account, a deceased account for him. And so it's like, I brought his death certificate in and everything. It sounds really weird, but I just thought, what a load of rubbish. I'm sorry. So I went in there with a bit of an attitude. And when I got there, all the staff were coughing. There was a woman sitting on the I'm sure she was the manager or whatever. She was just sitting there coughing away, talking about something completely different with someone. The guy behind the counter who I've been dealing with was just having to leave the room. I could hear him coughing as he left. And then there was another one with a mask on. And anyway, look, I'll just get to the gist of it. Basically, I brought up the thing of, I thought you guys had all been vaccinated because you don't seem to be really sick. And the little woman who is the manager came over to me, and she was going, oh my God. When I told her I wasn't vaccinated, she was like, how did you do that? How did you, but how did you work? I said, I don't do what the government tell me to do. I wouldn't put something in my body just because the government tells me to do it. She said, oh my God, you're so lucky. And she wouldn't stop. But what I was doing was I was speaking really loudly so that everybody could hear me. And the guy with the mask was like almost, and I said, "There's my father's death certificate." And I just was kind of making them look really stupid. And the people there were people in the queue, and they were all kind of looking like, "Oh my God, what is she even talking about?" And then I said, and that's what we have to do with the digital ID. We have to say no. We can't just go and accept it. And she said, "Oh yeah, oh yeah. With my driver's license, I don't. I didn't do the digital. I still have the other one." But so that was, I told you about this, Penny, and that's one small sample of what I do. You said you're the same.
Yes.
I'm going to let you speak for a minute.
Yes. I'm 100% the same. Thanks for having me on, Rahana. I really appreciate it. I don't tend to go on interviews or even go live much. I like to stay in the background a little bit, but I am stepping forwards lately because I see a need for a lot of things that need actioning. And, with what you've just said then in the bank, I'm exactly the same. And I've just told you I work in a clinic 3 days a week. And the other 2 days I do my own clinic at home and as a nutritionist and trauma therapist and energy healer and all the other things. And any opportunity I get on those 3 days where, it's a clinic where people are coming in and there's probably 20 people a day. Any opportunity I get or they come and talk to me because I love to offer a beautiful vibration of friendliness and open conversations. And I mean, some people even come early just to talk to me prior to their appointment as they get to know you. And I will always find at least some words within the conversation where I can actually open up a question as to what they think's going on in the world right now, or how their health is suffering, because that's why they've come in. And I think it's so important, like what you did at the bank, to really take those opportunities, any opportunity that you can, to have those conversations one-on-one, because that's when you get those real honest conversations, right? And I think right now with what we're seeing, obviously, I'm part of My Place Australia, which has been going for 4.5 years now with Darren Bergworth. We're just growing exponentially since this whole digital ID thing has come up. I mean, we've been growing ever since. Every single day, I'm admin of a lot of the groups. And so you see what's incoming, requests to join. And the numbers are really, really exploding right now, because I think what you've just said there, with COVID, for me, we're still in the psychological experiment. And for me, that was the experiment, the test, to see how many of us are going to just comply and give consent for, the psychological training of compliance. So now we come into digital ID, and I feel like, some of us have woken up to it, and then there's so many that are still going to just walk down off that cliff. They just don't understand. And I feel like, and I know we were going to talk today about why people are so quiet and why they're not actioning, why are they so scared? And I think it actually comes into this totalitarianism around the globe has introduced some kind of a psychological fear, which then leads to, it's an energetic frequency of fear, right? So that leads to a low vibrational paralysis, and are at. So how do we shake them up, and how do we activate them? And I think that's where we're sort of going today.
And as you know, in England, they've been setting around a petition.
Yes,
almost 3 million people on there, and now the idiot in charge has said he's not even going to acknowledge it, right? So are people still going to go and stand with that and say, no, I'm not going to be a part of this? But then I realized this morning, we're going to be first. We're first, because in December, what's our idiot bringing in? He's bringing in this whole 16, having to prove that you're over 16. That's it. there's no difference. That's the digital thing, to go online. So we are actually the guinea pigs here, as usual. That's what they did with COVID. Well, in fact, no, in England, they stood up faster than us to the vaccine passports, and they said no, and they actually got rid of them there. Here, they accept them, and the passports were the QR codes to go everywhere. So people accepted it. They accepted it. There's a huge complacency here, and so we can't preach, we can't ram it down their throat. But what you're doing, what I do, just small, whatever, just talking to people, questioning, asking them, do you know this? So, seriously, so important. So Victoria, online counts more than 16 years ago. Yeah, but how do we even do this sort of thing? After December, I don't know.
And will they require everyone to identify themselves, or say my accounts, like the lady just said there, she's had her account for 16 years. Will you be required also to do the new identification? I don't know if everyone will be required to log in. Everyone may be logged out and you've got to log back in, but to get in, you may have to do the digital ID, like the age verification, which we know is facial recognition and introducing all those things.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, then we have to get around that somehow. We have to find a way, because that's insane. Look, I think I might have brought this up last week, but every time I walk away from, not on my phone, but every time I walk away from my laptop, I've got 3 or 4 emails on here, signs out. I don't touch it. I get signed out. So every time I have to go look at my emails, I have to sign back in. I reckon it's got to be something else. Why would my laptop do that by itself?
Interesting. Well, I think that's why with the My Place groups, we've got like 230 odd My Places registered, but I reckon we've probably only got about 3/4 of those active, on the ground active. So look, with this whole digital ID and the login with the social media, if it's going to go down and you're not going to comply, then it's valuable to already be part of a community like that locally. And I do encourage everyone to connect that way, in person meetings. They've got community gardens happening. They're doing, food security. It's so important that we reconnect in your neighbourhood, in your community. And I think the government, with the whole COVID situation, 6 feet apart and don't go outside, they were trying to disconnect. So let's do the opposite. We must reconnect.
That's what we were talking about last week with Linda. Exactly. Going back into there's I was going to say your place, my place, stand in the parks.
Yes,
they tried to do those 8:30 gatherings, but I don't know anything about those. But yes, we have to do that. But at the same time, we cannot let them win on this level, because I think it's just a matter of, like you were saying, informing. People just need to know. When all the COVID, well, that's still going on anyway, but I had an idea to do some things in the streets, just stop people and ask them about vaccines or whatever, with this woman, Lynn, who was here. And we didn't ever do it, but maybe this is the time to do that sort of thing. And I know there's a group in Perth that have done it. They just stop people and ask them questions about it. And think about the digital ID. What do you think about it? Actually that way. No,
Yes.
Because it will just shut down so many. Like you said, sorry, you do some things which obviously you're is it integrative or integrative? I never know how to pronounce that. Integrative, all of that stuff is online. So how are you going to work that?
Integrative. Yeah, no, I do a lot of my work in clinic at home here, and integrative.
But they'd have to find you online, or
yes, that's right. I suppose, yeah. So look, you might have seen the 11th of the 11th initiative on the 11th day of the 11th month for 11 days. Yeah. So I'll put this together because we saw something similar coming out of the UK, and a lot of people were sharing it to us for the My Place to do, can we do something like this? So we put this together, and also, as you would have seen on the 13th of September, we had been talking and trying to gather larger groups together rather than just my place, because I was seeing so much divide within this freedom movement. I hate that expression, but so we held a bit of a round table and tried to bring some of these people together that we'd never spoken to before. And I would advise everyone else to listen to this is, unless you heard it from the person directly, there's so much he said, she said, or he's a Freemason, she's this, he's that. Unless you've spoken to those people directly and had those questions directly answered, we really do need to stop the division and the assumptions that everybody's bad and, they sell merchandise or this or that. So we had the round table, came together, and it was one of the most heartfelt meetings I've probably ever been a part of, because we all shared our stories of what we've been through, just to actually have the guts to stand up and be that person, be that face. And some of us were in tears. Some of them, we've lost homes. People have had their bank accounts closed. The things that a lot of us have suffered, I've had my tires slashed 12 times. There's been so many things that we go through, and I really encourage you all to give those people a bit more support, because we've decided to come together, as you saw, Australia Unites, to do the 13th of September. And we just wanted to have a rally without prejudice of any kind, to just bring all the people together, no matter what race or whatever you are. It's so important for us to import our Indigenous and everybody be together. So what's come out of that is now a team that have decided to come together in actions. So the first action was the 11th of November, to push back against the digital ID, but come together in your communities. We've given you flyers. There's flyers there that you can print out.
While you're talking, go to Facebook and get that flyer and put it up. So if I'm looking over there, just ignore me.
Okay. All right. No problem. So there's flyers there. You can print them out. There's a file attached to the original post. All our coordinators now have copies of that via emails yesterday. So print them out, get together in a team, and like you said, Rohanna, get on the streets and talk to people. If you have flyers, it just helps initiate that conversation. I mean, put one over on your back in an A3 size, whatever it takes, right, to get attention about digital ID, and get on the streets, 2 feet in a heartbeat, talking to people. It's what we really, really need, campaigning for government. This is what we should be doing.
I'll put that in here in a second. So I can't get your the thing you sent me, because Facebook won't let me see my messages to you without putting in a pin.
Aren't they lovely? So cooperative.
Where is that happens sometimes, oh, she's talking to her too much. Where is my place near Blackburn? Well, someone's asking in Victoria.
So you can go to the website, and there's a landing page, and you'll see tiles of each state, and then you can find the nearest group to you, and they've got the little Facebook groups. But we've also got our own platform called Unity Hub, which is on private servers. It's like our own Facebook, right? So all put together by volunteers. No one's been paid to do any of this. It's been rather amazing. It's not going to be a
Unity Hub.
Unity Hub, but it's actually an app as well. It's called MPA Unity Hub on an app. So you can download that as well. We've tried everything we can. Yeah.
All the tearing down and all the separation and segregation. I mean, I don't really connect very much, I have to say. I really try to live in the world, and obviously this is my belief system world. But I'm in the world as much as I can be. But I can see it. I've seen posts going up about calling people, these are shills or this, that, and there's all kinds of people on there. And like you said, do you actually know those people? We're just pulling people down, and it's around egos, and so many egos, I have to say.
And sometimes we need a little bit of ego to actually step forwards. But there's a certain level of ego, of course, that
Yeah, as long as it's bringing people together.
that's it.
But if so that's September the 13th thing, it seemed to be a huge success. Apart from Melbourne was just all that was shown in Melbourne was the chaos. You know,
Yes.
we didn't see any of the good.
Well, there was another person that wanted to run the rally that had always run the rally. I won't say names. And then we had county rallies either side, and so the police had to say, "Sorry, you can't march." So that's what happened there. They couldn't march but they were locked in near Parliament House there.
Yeah, wow. So they couldn't actually march because of
No,
all
it wasn't safe. Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
safe, and there was a certain contingency of someone that did lead some people off down a side street to march, which, you know, it's not safe to do these things.
No, was that the racist ones?
No, it was on the same day as the 13th, but there was a bit of
Yeah.
a competition of who was running the rally on that day
Oh, I
in
see.
Melbourne.
Yeah. Anyway,
But Melbourne's its own other entity. It's a very conflicting place. It's dangerous right now. You know?
Yeah, I know. I would be out of here in a flash if I could. Absolutely. I feel there's a lot of very heavy vibe here a lot of the time. Yeah, I wish I could convince my kids to leave, and then I would. But I'm not leaving them here, you know. It was all quite hilarious. Where is it? But so the 11th of the 11th, and what does that start on the at 11 o'clock?
Yeah, so obviously that's what's it called? What day is the 11th? It's the
Day of Remembrance, isn't it?
Remembrance, that's the word. I want to say recognition. I don't know why. Remembrance Day. So obviously, you know, we do encourage everyone to go and pay your respect on the 11th first, you know, that morning, really honestly. And as of 1 o'clock on that day for 11 days, if you can, at least one day commit to no online purchases, to using cash only. So a week prior, there's a file that goes with the post that gives you advice, you know, prepare a week ahead, get some stock in food and everything, and get your cash and hold out for at least 11 days. I mean, we should be doing this every day for the rest of the time until we get our way. But, you know, there's so many things on the list. You know, I wanted to speak about this actually, because how many people have Uber Eats or Dinner Dash or all these things? Is it called Dinner Dash? Not Dinner Dash, DoorDash.
Yeah. DoorDash,
You know, all these things, menu log, right? Just remove them. Please remove them. They will just deliver you toxic food. They're making you lazy. Get out, go to the farmers markets, go and support your local businesses with cash, and just remove all those apps, because while we're doing this, they also support Woolworths and Coles as well. You know that. And you know, they're all owned by BlackRock, right? So if we remove all these apps, we're reducing feeding the beast again.
Yeah.
So everything that we can possibly do is about the 11th of the 11th, and it's an education and hopefully initiating change so people continue this going forwards. And for me,
I'll put up your post on here. I think I did put it on, but afterwards. So the leading up, I think a lot of us have got our cupboards full of stuff from like way back anyway still. But that's 100%. I never use Uber Eats or any of that crap, because it's embarrassing for a start, and it is lazy. And the thing is, they created that during COVID. It was all part of the plan. Created it all so that people didn't. Hey, you don't have to even go to the shop. Just sit on your ass and we'll deliver it to you. And also, even when you see them, even down to every single one's in a little bag, you know, so there's even more rubbish, even more waste associated with it. We're supposed to be not doing waste.
So what would happen is, you know, the banks rule the world, right? So if we stopped using all these online you tap your card everywhere where they get 13 cents a tap, and they get $4.3 billion a year, the banks, just by the tapping.
Wow.
You're reducing them, profiting off you. And I shared a little video actually yesterday. It was a gentleman just using cash, and he gave examples of, it just gets passed on. That $100 bill gets passed on through the community. But if you did that with your card, then it's the banks that profit. So that's just a simple example. If we need to stop feeding the beast, honestly.
And even I remember there was a cafe I went to once. We had the cash thing there, and he said, "Yeah, because also we have to pay about $15,000 a year to have the thing to tap on." So they make even that as well.
Yeah. Then upgrade this, upgrade that. It's like upgrading your iPhone. There seems to get to a certain time of year when they come out with this new fandangled update, and suddenly, my phone stopped working. Like, how did they do that?
It's terrifying. And they just keep coming up in your face, and you're thinking, I don't want to do this. Yeah. What are you actually doing? So Stephen Gunn, you've been on strike at the start. What do you mean, since the last 4 years? You've never even used a bank? That's incredible. Tell us more, and I'll put it up on the thing. There's so many ways. We must keep the cash going as well, I notice if I ever do use shops and if I use cash and you talk about it, there's people around you who are just almost like, I think I said something recently, because I do get the dog food in the supermarket and toilet paper. And there was a guy in front, and he was talking about what he managed to get some free glasses by using his rewards card or something, and he was selling it to the guy in front of me. He was saying, "Oh, look, this is amazing. Just by doing this, look what I've got. This is all for free. Someone else told me about it." And the guy in front of me said, "Oh, yeah, well, maybe I should get one of those." I said, "No, don't. You're just giving away all your information, all your everything you buy." And then he just froze.
Yeah,
couldn't say anything.
Aha moment.
Yeah. Oh, just no, but as if I was a lunatic for actually even saying such a thing. Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's what I picked up. He might have said something before, but now, oh my God, she's speaking something which I don't really understand or connect with. So I'm just gonna. That's what I find a lot. People are just so many things they don't want to go near. And I love them. Sorry.
It's the fear paralysis again. It's the paralysis. And then that's what COVID was all about, was to put us in this hypnotic state of fear. And then we become scared to speak out because of judgment. We've seen already families be divided. It happened in my family for a little while. My parents just thought I was gone bonkers.
Right,
I've always been a little bit different since I became a nutritionist and discovered what's actually in our water, in our food. Like they knew that about me, so I was quite surprised to think that they thought that I wouldn't be standing on my own about this at that time. But I think it's just a matter of, they put us in this state psychologically, and then it's become also, now about digital ID. How am I going to stand up about that? Because my family judged me pretty harshly about COVID. So you're already in that psychotic state of, now I've got another thing to overcome and make a choice about. Yeah.
Well, I'm actually very thankful that so my family's my parents are now passed, but my siblings, we're sort of half and half on the whole COVID stuff. But it seems, because I've got my sister still in England, she's against the digital ID. So, and she was pro the other stuff. So, I think there could be some more people coming across, at least on this side.
Yes.
I think it's just what people, like you said, they don't know what it actually entails. They don't know the danger of what it means. They just think, well, what are you talking about? You already put your, you pay online, don't you, with stuff or whatever. And they don't know what it actually means, the full state, the next steps.
Yeah. Well, the next steps is to get rid of cash. And I've had a friend that just recently went to China and Thailand, and he said Thailand's not too bad, but China's fully, he witnessed about, the social credit system, and there's surveillance cameras everywhere. You have to tap your phone everywhere. So that's what's coming, guys, if we don't stand up, and we have to push back. So I want to see people on the streets with flyers and literally campaigning this, because we're in for a pretty tough time. And I think, we are anyway. They're going to try and push this really, really hard.
Yeah.
So, get out of the trauma state. I'm a trauma therapist as well. And I've seen more and more people come to find natural remedies rather than, going to a psychiatrist or going to a doctor and getting on the antidepressants and, all that line of, how do you say, hypnosis really is believing that you're a label. You've got a label, and now here's this pill to fix it, right? So I'm seeing more people come to me. What I do as a nutritionist and integrative health, I've put it all together in a package rather than, separating the three things. I've put it together in a package of someone's self-medicating for depression, and their eating is their self-medication, right? That's their comfort. It's comfort food. They do it alone. They have their secret stash, all that sort of stuff. It's hiding a trauma that you haven't faced. So I try and fix that first. There's even past life regression sort of trauma clearance therapy work that comes through generationally. So we fix that first, break through the wall, get through to energy healing and healing the actual frequency of the body. And what I'm actually intuitively feeling is there's so many people in this low vibrational frequency of fear. So if I can try and lift that up and energetically just cleanse and reset the body using, the Tibetan bowls and frequency healing and a bit of Reiki, once we get through that and open up the chakra of the crown, because it's just totally closed. And a lot of people that are in fear, it's totally closed. You are stuck in that state. So what I do is try and open that up and try and get all that sort of darkness outside of the body and open up the throat chakra of expression, the heart chakra, all those things. Then take them through a meditation at the end in a place of peace and being very selfish in their own self-love. Afterwards, what the feedback I'm getting has been rather amazing, because for the first time in a long time, they feel free. And that's the feedback I'm getting, is like, oh my God, what one lady said to me, what did you do with my husband and where did he go?
Wow. Well, that's the way it should be.
Oh, it's so rewarding.
Yeah. I know all this chaos and crap and rubbish and threats and all this is around us. I don't feel fearful at all. I mean,
same.
I kind of feel fearful if the majority just blindly walk into it and bring us with them. Yes. I fear that they could do that, but I'm not scared of government stuff, I fear the masses who didn't wake up before. I hate that word, wake up, but, don't wake up this time, or don't even bother to learn what it's about,
Well, imagine being in a room. Imagine being in a room with people that are the opposite thinking of you, that they think there's nothing wrong, they took the jab, that they'll quite happily go to digital ID. Imagine being in a room with those people and you're sitting in chairs in a circle, and there's just you. You're the only one that believes what you believe. Like, you are going to pick up on that vibrational fear and that whole energetic, frequency and interpretation of their world. You are going to, after a little while, you'll become the same, right? So it's so important that you connect with people on your level, literally on your level of frequency, because it's almost contagious, right? So you have to step away from certain people. I had to almost, step away from my own mother for a little while, for a couple of years, and just had to be patient. And actually we've reconnected recently, and she's coming across. She's slowly realizing what I've been saying is right. Yeah, so it's not about pushing people. You just got to be patient. And I'm actually excited when you said you're not in fear, Rahana. I'm the same. I'm not in fear. I kind of feel excited because something big is happening right now. Like we are in an awakening, you know.
Absolutely. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. I don't feel like I don't push people away, but I just don't go there. Certain things. I mean, talking about family, because I want my siblings, you know, we've always been very close, and I want that to continue. But it isn't exciting. You know, I've been trying to sort of say this to my daughter, who she sort of gets a lot of things, but she won't at the same time accept it. And I said, you know, but she'll see things, and I said, we're actually in an amazing time. You can't see it properly yet, but we really are. And whether it is partly our job to pull the other people no, it's not our job. It's not our job, is it? It's just if we can put it out there as much as we can, and people are open to see it, then they can see it. If they can't see it, then we can't save them. But don't bloody well bring us with you. You know?
That's right. Well, how many conspiracies have come true so far? So many.
Exactly.
In the last 4 years. Yeah.
Amazing. So just going back to that, it's really important to keep I mean, you're sort of preaching to the converted here in a way, probably, but always hope that it goes further and people will pass this on. I don't know how many, we've got 120 on here, but that's only one platform, so there's many other places, and it's going on to X. So we need as many people as possible to actually hear about this 11 days thing. I mean, it's almost 2 weeks, so people might go, oh my God, that's such a long period. I can't possibly, but you have to prepare ahead.
That's right.
I mean, I go to my organic shop like every 2 weeks. So
yes,
you know.
Yes. Start detoxing everybody as well. I'm just going to see if I can find the file where
anything.
And I'll read it out because you can't put it up.
So Penny's up in no, it's not there because it's only giving me the last message to you. Penny's up in Port Macquarie, so if you're a local around there, so Victoria, you're not far. I think not far from there. That's where I was almost coming with the plain marooned. I was coming to Cessnock, but it just didn't happen.
Okay, so I've got it here. So we've got for 1 day or 11 days, cash only, no online shopping.
Should be a chat somewhere. You can send it to me. Private chat. Have you got that?
To send you, I can send
you.
you.
Yeah, you can send that to me, and then I can put it up.
What would you like me to send?
If you have a flyer or something like that.
Okay, let's see if I can.
If you have it. If you don't.
I'm not used to StreamYard and how to attach files.
Oh, okay. Hang on a sec. Yeah, private chat. Oh, yeah, it doesn't. I can't see either. Don't worry, I'm pretty. All right, let's just put it up there.
Now I can see all your comments, everybody. I didn't know I was up there.
Oh. Comments.
Maybe we can put it up later on in the chat after the live.
Yeah, you can do it after. So it's Brendan. He's in Port Macquarie. You know Brendan? So
okay,
yeah, carry on.
Brendan.
So it's the 11th of the 11th.
So the 11th, so 1 day or 11 days, cash only, no online shopping, no digital ID compliance, and just try and take that, at least that longer off, because the longer we're not complying, the better the lean on the system. Okay, so we're just recommending 11 days of non-compliance, no Coles, Woolies, Aldi, Big W, all the cabal stores, right? Just don't go there. Go and support your local businesses because they're all BlackRock-owned corporations, right?
The 11th to the 11th, the 11th is 33.
And I just love that. Well, it's kind of like you can do 1 day. You could do 1 day, Brendan, then it's only one on the 11th of the 11th. So remove all the apps like we spoke about, HelloFresh as well, and Menulog and all Uber Eats and all that sort of stuff. you know,
load of rubbish. Hello from
move the
Canada.
others. I'm
That
trying
Laurie in
to.
Canada. Love to talk to you, Laurie, at some point because, well, you guys have always been very parallel with us on stuff.
If you go to my page on Facebook, it's all there, and there's a little video, and of course it's a little bit dramatic, so we're going, this is an emergency.
Yeah.
With the video. It kind of got a lot of attention. I think I looked this morning, there was 86,000 people have viewed that, and there was like 7,000 shares or something, so that was in the first day. We're doing well, and I just we'll have some more actions. There's another action we shared yesterday where we've done the work for you all again, and it's a template to send to all the MPs and all government, you know, personnel to give your non-compliance. So it's very important that you do that, because if we're silent, it's considered acquiescence, and they're just going to go ahead. So, you know, we've given you the template.
Absolutely. And so some people say, this is one woman, I can't remember her name.
It's everywhere, Belinda said.
Governor's house as well. So what's the governor? What's their position? What can they actually, I wonder, do over, you know, politicians? Because people say, well, these are the places we have to make a stink, you know, which is why we went up to Canberra and stood outside the House of Parliament there. So we need to do that here as well. We did it here. We did do it here, didn't we, for years? But
Yes.
Perhaps we just need to get back and do that. Not even protest anymore. Just actually standing there and with the signs. Because
That's
often
right.
those protests, people get very mixed up. What's going on? There's all these people bring different things. We have to have one clear message. And with this message, they can't do any, you know, oh, you're anti-digital ideas. What? You know, they can't, that doesn't work. That doesn't sound what?
We're always some crazy thing, aren't we? We're always crazy something. It's like
it just doesn't ring, you know. They can't go around saying, oh, there's bloody anti-digital ideas.
I'm an anti-MSM.
Yeah. So we have to keep going. So is that actually the next thing planned? Are there any more of those? I mean, is there anything in October as well planned? Do you know?
Yeah, I can't say yet. Can't say yet what's planned, because if they know too early, then you know, it stops our actions. So this is the thing at the moment, the digital ID. So concentrating on that. There is another action coming, yes, for October, but we're just going to roll it out slowly as well, because a lot of the new people coming in might feel a bit overwhelmed with things. We haven't pushed actions this harshly for a while with My Place, but there's also other groups joining forces with this as well. It's I mean, of course, it doesn't even matter if you support Palestine or not. This is an action that everyone needs to do, so it's non-divisive, right? It's
support humans, just in general. Support
humanity.
humanism. Yeah, humanity. That's the word.
Oh, was it Armenia? I shared yesterday. There's in Armenia Parliament yesterday. They've got a minister that's an AI bot. Can you believe it?
That this morning, your post.
Digital ID.
God. And she's saying, I've already had this against me and this against, like, what? You're not even a human. It's insane. So someone here, the Governor General can sack the Prime Minister. So why are we not there? Exactly. Because if we sack the Prime Minister, they'll get another one. I mean, we need to sack the whole lot of them. Yeah.
Right. So everyone needs to take the day off. And we've had this come to us a lot. Like, why were the rallies not at the governor's house, right? At the gates. So doing this 11 days, and you're going to maybe take 1 or 2 or 3 days off to 11 days off. Maybe that's one of those days when we need the masses at the gates. That's what I'm thinking. You know, it's
well, we'd have to have the same day, otherwise it wouldn't be masses. So wouldn't it?
That's right. So Well, I might talk to Franco about that in Sydney, because I know that everyone will be at the Shrine on Remembrance Day anyway. I know Darren Bergworth is about to organise a flyer for everyone to actually attend a remembrance ceremony at the Shrine in Melbourne. So that's something everyone should go to. and then maybe Sydney will speak to people there at the gates, and maybe that day, maybe on Remembrance, you go there as after your Remembrance ceremony, head down to the Governor Gates maybe at 1 o'clock on that day.
And it's scarily close to when this bloody bring the 16, I don't know what the date is, but I know it's sometime in December where they're threatening to do the thing is about that just went through. There was no discussion around it. There was nothing. It was just suddenly, yeah, this is what's happening.
I honestly don't think, and we all know that the Governor General is not going to do anything this year. She's not.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying about, the 16 identification 16 plus thing. The 10th of December. There we go. So we've got 1 month. We'll find a way around it.
Well, we've got the Unity Hub platform as well, and I'm sure other people have got platforms where you won't need that.
Yeah. Well, why don't we all make something that means we're all 17?
That's it.
We're all 17.
I love that number.
Why do you love that number?
Yes, educate, exactly, Anthony. Educate on the Constitution.
Yeah, the Constitution, we talked about that last week. Everybody, this is the stuff. We're so busy doing survival, paying all our, doing things to pay our bills and everything, that these are the things that are so important and we have to take time for, and instead of watching some whatever, reading some post about something we can't do anything about, let's actually learn and get these things so that we have the evidence, we have the stuff, the backup.
Well, with the My Place Australia, honestly, we do have focus hubs. So, it's not just an online group. It's literal in-person meetings you must go and attend and commit to. And we have something called the Positive Culture Agreement, which I helped put together with the help of a lot of other people, and just broke it down rather than having a code of conduct. It's a 2-page consciousness agreement, and we have all those beautiful value words in there for people to look at and study and consider, like respect, integrity, loyalty. Like there's like 20 words there, but it's more of a consciousness agreement when you first come to the meetings and you agree with someone there. Yes, I agree to follow these rules of do no harm. And that's all we really need, everybody. And then we do have meetings within meetings. So you've got your lawful meetings, which is learning your lawful standing, learning your Constitution, and they go and have their separate meetings. So if that's something that you're interested in, then go and learn with people that have already done the work. Then we'll have another group on natural health where you'll go and learn how to look after your body and bring it back to, its detoxed state. Then you might have another group that are interested in creating a local home educational group for children and social networking with the kids that way. So it's all part of actually participating and committing to your community to live in the world that you want to live in, to live on the heaven and earth you deserve.
Is it free?
Yes, free. Everything's free. No one's being paid anything or.
Yeah, I remember, I've just said people might think, when I was on the bus one to Michael, we stopped somewhere and there was a My Place set up and they were learning how to make detergent and everything. It was up.
Yes.
It was up with Margie Mackenzie, wherever that is. I can't remember now. That's when I met Annette. But yeah, all things like that. This is, well, we know this. People know this. I think some people, because I was trying to do nothing like that at all, but have a sort of a social thing with the earthworm woman thing. Let's come and connect. Even Victoria here was going to come down. And I didn't really get much of a response. And I think there's some people here who are a little bit, well, you were talking about the fear thing, stuck, even from coming out from behind there. No, it's not rocks, computers, whatever, and it's so important. Number one, you might get some vitamin D, but
Yeah, I would
Maybe.
love to actually organise retreats in every
Yeah.
MyPest community I'm sure there's at least one nutritionist or, a natural therapist that could create a retreat per town or,
That's what I was talking
even
about
per
as well.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all come together and have a weekend of learning and really,
And
getting to know who we really are.
speaking of, this coming Saturday, I don't have anything more to do with it than just talk about it. What's the day? It's the 6th, yeah. So on the 12th, Fiona has her fascia release workshop in Melbourne. And I don't know if any of you Melbourne people are going. She's currently here. She's probably thinking, oh my God, the weather, because she lives in Indonesia. And
Nice.
yeah, we had a sunny day on Saturday, so I guess that's fine for a while. But anyway, yes, carry on. Everybody, have a look at your My Place things. Absolutely put this 11th of the 11th in your brain to do either one day or up to 11 days, because we have to do these things. We can't just talk about them. Yeah.
Imagine if you gave 6 months, committed to 6 months of no more tapping a card anywhere. And
Yeah.
then it's a habit, and then you probably could do it forever. It is possible. And I mean, even the MyGov account, like if you removed the MyGov app and everyone's like, oh no, I won't get my benefits. It's voluntary, everybody. You do not need to, it's not mandatory yet to have digital ID. So I'd say remove it. It doesn't matter if you need to go into the Centrelink every 2 weeks, like whatever it takes, right? You'll still get your benefits. It's not mandatory. You can still do it on paper. There's a lot of the elderly don't like to use these apps. They're still doing all their stuff on paper. The banks may be a bit more difficult. But.
Well, I mean, the post offices was another whole thing that they took away. They're taking away.
Yes.
They're trying to get rid of all of those, and they took away our main post office here. It was so busy all the time, and there was a lot of old people that used to go there, and now they think, well, where do I have to get up and way up there? And I had another sort of different kind of ranty thing, not rant, but ridiculous thing at the post office the other day, where I have to have a post office box, and I knew something was coming, and I went to collect it, and it's not there. And then I realized, I put my post office numbers out of the numbers are slightly wrong. Either I've done that or they've done that. But it was in the 500s. And I went out the back of the boxes first of all, and I thought, wow, there's no 500s here anyway, so that wouldn't have been a problem, because it had been returned to the sender. So I went in there and I said, look, I paid for a post office box. You can see I'm 251 and it says 521. There's no 521. They would have looked at my name, and they've just sent it back. And I said, that's just insane. There's no sense. No common sense.
There's no common sense.
And she agreed with me, and she said, yeah, and they would have noticed your name, because it's only a small place. There's only a few people with post office boxes here. And the thing is, they'd actually sent it back at 6:30 a.m. and the post office opens at 9 or something. So I didn't even have a chance to it was just gone before it was even thought about. So this is the insanity.
Yeah.
Issue.
There's no common sense at the post office. My son received one of those little notices, that his parcel had arrived the other day. He's like 20 years old. And he came back, he was so frustrated. He came in huffing and puffing. And he said, oh my God, Mum. He goes, what is wrong with the post office? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, oh, they gave me one of these things because they tried to drop it off and he missed it since at work. So he said, I went to the post office, and he said, because it was 2 minutes before the time that they could release my parcel, they said it was there waiting for me, but I had to wait. I think it was like 6 minutes or something.
Oh,
6 minutes before they could actually give it to me. And he said, she was literally looking at my parcel, and I said, yeah, I have no answer for you.
Look, and they're working on taking Canada Post away. They keep going to strike, but writing is on the wall, taking the actual post away.
Well, I heard that they've restricted us sending anything to America, actually, the post office, Australia Post.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that still happening?
I don't send anything to America, but I know someone who's on my Facebook who has a business and he does, and apparently he can't. Yeah, he can't do it now.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, I mean, this is the thing. So your son's obviously got a brain. People would just accept as well. They go, oh, okay, so it's sent back, yeah. And it was actually a water company, water filter company that I was getting some parts for, which I'm actually going to see if they hi, there's Robin. Hi, Robin. It's been lifted. Okay.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good to know.
The water company woman said, yeah, we've had this a lot, where they just send it back if it's wrong instead of actually looking.
Yes, I've had a few
looking into
parcels
it.
just sent back. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In America, apparently, it's even worse. There's a lot of parcels just go missing. I've tried to send things to a few people over there, and yeah, I've got a good friend that works. She used to do the red carpet events in Hollywood, right? She's a beautiful lady. Like she knew a lot of the movie stars and everything, and she's totally pulled away from it and is very, very awake to what's going on. In fact, her life is in danger for a little while. But yeah, she said Hollywood is very quiet, and she's almost like, where is it, everybody? All the usual celebs are MIA, apparently.
Yeah. And look, of course, this is the distraction of Nicole and Keith Urban. Like, oh my God, we've really got to work it out why they've broken up. Let's just all look over here and work out why they've broken up. Meanwhile, let's just get some digital ID going over here or whatever, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Jan, I saw your comment there earlier about the division in the groups with the rallies, but you know, I'll just say one thing on that, because it has been an issue, and it would be rude to dismiss that there isn't an elephant in the room with this, is that if once you introduce the word racism into anything, it's going to cause division, right? It is going to. It doesn't matter which group it was. I don't want to even say the name of the group that was introduced by the 31st, but we all know, right? As soon as they're interviewed on the news and openly say, yes, we're Nazis and we're racist, you're going to get division. Like, it's just they did it. They caused that problem.
Absolutely.
So all I need to say about that.
Absolutely. Leave the person asking the question to make them say it. Exactly, too. Yeah. So, yes, and just a Charlie Kirk pay. Well, exactly. Horrendous. And apparently, like, who knows what is about that. But I heard something even bizarre, is that when he had his wake or whatever it was in some huge arena, it was booked back in May 2025.
Oh, interesting. Just like when the book came out the day before, you know?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I mean, we don't. No, we're not stupid though. We have to be stupid. That's the thing. That's the thing. They didn't. They're sending the stupid rays through the sky, and obviously we're not breathing it in enough, or we're detoxing it. Anyway, anything else? Anything else you'd like to say about what's coming up?
No, I just everybody, please take part on the 11th of November, okay? And I know that Madison King has also put something out for the 10th of December. That doesn't matter. Do it again in December. I think that's great. We did send her a message to say what we were doing. We didn't really get a response, so you know, there was an invite. It's okay. She doesn't want to do both, but everyone else out there, do both and try and do the full 11 days or even more. So we did this more of an educational, step-by-step, you know, introduction to non-compliance. So there's information there on the post. There's a file you can open with even more information as to, you know, how the banks control the world, and there's other steps that you can take if you feel like. And I know a lot of the people that we already work with are already doing these things, that use cash every day, that don't go to Coles and Woolies. I'd like to go into Coles one day and just see nobody there, right? Just empty. That would be so good.
Yeah, I got to stop going even for the things I do go for. But yeah, and the cash thing, yes, you just got to remember, go get it. Don't, because
get your
it's so
cash.
easy to got to go find the bank or whatever. And some Yeah, absolutely. That more than
So
ever.
there.
More than ever. What did I? Oh, yeah. Here's one more thing. So I had to buy something in another shop. It was a chemistry shop, actually for the daughter, it wasn't for me. And it was something 98, so that's pretty much rounded off to whatever it is, right? And the woman said, "Oh, if you pay cash, it's going to be something 98. It's going to be, say $5, whatever it was. But if you use your card, it's $4.98." I said, no, hang on a second. That's exactly the same thing. There's no 2 cents anymore. What are you talking about? She's trying to convince me to use my card because I'd get 2 cents cheaper. But I wouldn't.
No.
Or maybe I would somehow in the thing, but oh my God.
Plus your card fees.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll
Yeah.
use cash. I'll risk that 2 cents.
Use cash.
Insane.
Going by low denominations of silver too. Maybe if you've got a community like my place, start using gold or silver low denominations, just like loose change. Like start your own sort of little currency within your community. Exchange goods. I mean, even with my work that I do as an energy healer and a nutritionist, I don't work like other people. People say, "How much is it for an initial consultation?" And I'll say, "Well, one lady brought me a bag of pumpkins the other day," or we exchange services. Or just start thinking a little bit differently outside the box, and with a kind heart, and within people's means. There was an old lady yesterday that said to me, "If I came to see you, how much would it cost?" And I knew that she wasn't going to pay me like what I would normally put out there. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Let's just have the meeting anyway, and we'll talk about it later. So it's just be kind, everybody, and help each other to get through these difficult times.
Should have given her my 2 cents for. I've seen Robert Roach and Sissy. They do that, and I think that's really lovely. Exactly. I'm not sure what I've got to give away though. But yeah, how would you do the gold thing? You have to bring a little hammer, you just chip a bit off. There you go.
Well, that's why I said you get low denominations. You can literally get like little coins. So it's worth a little bit more than a dollar coin, for example. But you just work it out.
Yeah, that's where we're going to be, I think. Wow. Oh, Bitcoin as well, apparently. Anyway, so have a lovely rest of your day, and thank you so much for coming on. I'll get it from my phone because it's on my phone, and I'll put it on my page every day.
Okay,
until
awesome.
then. How's that? earthwormwoman, and sometimes on my own page. Got to be careful with my page because I've got mixed people on there, and I need them to be there as well. But this is something they need to see. It's not
exactly. Yeah, 11/11, everybody. Lots of meanings on that. So go with it.
Get in touch with Penny. Go to her page if you're interested in her health, integrative health, and all of that, because we've got to keep healthy. We've got to keep all of the above things: healthy mind, healthy body, healthy way forward. So I will see you all next week, if not before, because I have made another video. I made a little Raw Women interview. I took the whole thing together last week, but I can't get it up from CapCut. So I've got to work that out somehow still. I've got it into my photos, but I still can't get it anywhere. So I'm trying to do some more things. And on the 16th of November, I'm on the worldwide event for Braveheart Nation, which is going to be very exciting. But anyway, that's coming. Keep safe, everyone. Keep speaking. Keep talking.
Yes.
And thanks so much again. And I just want to say quickly thank you to my two supporters. One is Denise with hempflower.com.au, all her hemp flower products. If you buy anything through her and mention Earthworm Woman, that supports me with this podcast in a tiny way. And the same thing for Madalena with intimate duet. There's a percentage that will come to me because I'm promoting her, and I'm going to end with her little video. So all the best, and thank you so much, Penny.
Thanks, Johanna. Thanks, everybody.
I am not just a product made to satisfy the pocket, nor do I require the same fame others seek. I desire your heart, the passions that make you a woman, any woman, every woman. My scents are a representation of purpose, courage, confidence, each botanical ingredient a praise of thanksgiving and self-care. The way I feel upon your flesh, a comfort of nourishment, as I feed dehydrated and depleted layers of skin, bursting for a new life of regrowth and youthfulness. If I stir your soul with each application, let it be known that you, too, are an intimate duet woman.